Ever wondered why the Romans hated Christians? You may think it was just about religion, but it was actually about power and fear. In the heart of the ancient world, Rome stood as a beacon of power, culture, and innovation. Yet amidst its grandeur, a new faith began to emerge: Christianity. This burgeoning religion, with its radical ideas and fervent followers, quickly became a source of tension within the Roman Empire. But why did the ancient Romans harbor such animosity towards Christianity? To understand this, we must first delve into the historical context of the time. The Roman Empire, at its peak, was a melting pot of beliefs and practices where polytheism reigned supreme. The Romans were deeply rooted in their traditions, worshipping a pantheon of gods and goddesses that symbolized their values and societal norms. Christianity, with its monotheistic stance and rejection of the Roman gods, posed a direct challenge to the established order. As we explore this intriguing chapter of history, we'll uncover the societal dynamics that fueled the Romans' disdain for Christians. From the perception of Christians as outsiders to the fear of their growing influence, the reasons behind this conflict are as complex as they are fascinating. Join us on this journey as we peel back the layers of ancient Rome, revealing the dark secrets and societal tensions that shape the relationship between the empire and the early Christians. Prepare to be captivated by the stories of persecution, resilience, and the struggle for belief in a world that was anything but accepting. The clash of civilizations awaits, and you won't want to miss it. To truly understand the rise of Christianity within the ancient Roman Empire, we must first examine the socio-political landscape of the time. The Roman Empire was renowned for its religious pluralism, a characteristic that allowed a multitude of beliefs to coexist. This diversity was not merely tolerated, it was woven into the fabric of Roman society, shaping its customs, festivals, and even politics. Citizens were expected to honor the traditional pantheon of gods, which reinforced social cohesion and loyalty to the state. However, as Christianity began to spread, it introduced a radical shift in this dynamic. Key figures such as the Apostle Paul played a pivotal role in promoting Christian teachings, often clashing with Roman authorities. Events like the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, which Emperor Nero famously blamed on Christians, further exacerbated tensions. This scapegoating led to widespread persecution, highlighting the growing rift between the two groups. At the heart of this conflict was Christianity's monotheism, which directly challenged the polytheistic beliefs of the Romans. While Romans viewed their gods as essential to the prosperity and stability of the empire, Christians rejected these deities, insisting on the worship of a single god. This refusal to participate in traditional religious practices was seen not only as a personal choice, but as a threat to the very fabric of Roman society. As we delve deeper into this complex relationship, we will uncover how these socio-political factors shaped the early Christian experience and set the stage for a transformative era in history. The clash of beliefs and values during this time is a captivating story of faith, power, and resilience. The early Christians in Rome faced a harrowing reality marked by intense persecution, driven by a combination of fear, misunderstanding, and political expediency. Various methods of persecution were employed by the Roman authorities, ranging from imprisonment and torture to brutal executions. Christians were often arrested for their beliefs, subjected to harsh interrogations, and many were tortured in an attempt to force them to renounce their faith. The most notorious forms of execution included being fed to wild animals in the arena or being burned alive, spectacles that served both as punishment and entertainment for the public. Notable emperors played significant roles in this dark chapter of history. Emperor Nero, infamous for his tyrannical rule, is often remembered for his brutal crackdown on Christians following the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. He used Christians as scapegoats, blaming them for the disaster and subjecting them to horrific torture. Later, Emperor Diocletian initiated one of the most severe persecutions in the early 4th century, launching a systematic campaign to eradicate Christianity from the empire. His edicts called for the destruction of churches and scriptures and mandated that Christians sacrifice to the Roman gods. The Roman government's fear of Christianity stemmed from its monotheistic beliefs, which undermined the traditional polytheistic practices that were integral to Roman identity and state loyalty. Christians' refusal to worship the emperor as a divine figure further fueled suspicions, leading to the perception that they were a threat to social order and stability. This fear manifested in violent reprisals, marking a tumultuous period in the history of early Christianity. The rise of Christianity in ancient Rome brought about significant cultural tensions that challenged the very foundations of Roman society. At the heart of this clash were the contrasting values and moral frameworks that defined each group. Christian teachings emphasized love, compassion, and humility, often standing in stark opposition to the Roman ideals of honor, power, and social status. This divergence created a rift as Christians began to question and reject the established moral and social structures that had long governed Roman life. Christians were often perceived as outsiders, a label that stemmed from their refusal to worship the pantheon of Roman gods. This rejection was not merely a personal choice. It was seen as a direct affront to the cultural identity of Rome. The Romans believed that their gods were integral to the prosperity and stability of the empire, and the Christians' refusal to participate in traditional religious practices was viewed as a threat to societal cohesion. This perception fueled suspicion and hostility inequality, leading to further marginalization of Christian communities. Moreover, Christian teachings had a profound impact on Roman family and community life. The emphasis on equality and the sanctity of all individuals challenged the hierarchical structures that defined Roman society. Concepts such as charity and communal support began to reshape social interactions, fostering a sense of belonging among Christians that often excluded non-believers. This shift not only altered family dynamics, but also posed a challenge to the traditional Roman values of loyalty and duty to the state. As we explore these cultural tensions, we uncover a fascinating narrative of conflict and transformation that ultimately reshaped the landscape of the Roman Empire. The clash of beliefs and values during this period laid the groundwork for a new era in history. The growth of Christianity in ancient Rome had profound political ramifications that challenged the traditional Roman political order. As Christianity spread, it began to pose a significant threat to the established power structures. The Roman Empire was built on a foundation of polytheism, where the worship of multiple gods was intertwined with civic duty and loyalty to the state. Christians, by refusing to acknowledge the Roman pantheon and the divinity of the emperor, undermined the very principles that held the empire together. This defiance was perceived as a direct challenge to the authority of the state, leading to increased tensions between the two groups. Moreover, Christians played a notable role in various political uprisings, often advocating for social justice and reform. Their emphasis on equality and community support resonated with the disenfranchised, leading to a growing influence on governance. As Christians organized themselves into cohesive communities, they began to assert their rights and challenge the status quo, which alarmed Roman authorities. The potential for collective action among Christians was seen as a destabilizing force that could disrupt the existing political landscape. However, as the centuries progressed, a significant shift in power dynamics occurred. With the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, Emperor Constantine officially recognized Christianity, leading to its gradual acceptance within the empire. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a transformation where Christianity transitioned from a persecuted faith to a dominant political force. The eventual establishment of Christianity as the state religion under Emperor Theodosius I in 388 solidified its influence, fundamentally altering the political landscape of Rome and paving the way for a new era in governance. The rise of Christianity not only reshaped the empire's religious identity, but also redefined its political structures, leaving a lasting legacy on Western civilization. The long-term effects of Roman hatred towards Christianity have left an indelible mark on the identity of the Christian community. Early persecution forged a sense of unity and resilience among believers as they faced immense trials for their faith. This shared experience of suffering became a cornerstone of Christian identity, fostering a strong communal bond that transcended geographical and cultural boundaries. The trials endured by early Christians not only solidified their commitment to their beliefs, but also created a narrative of perseverance that would resonate through the ages. The historical narrative of martyrdom emerged as a powerful theme within Christian theology, profoundly influencing its development. Stories of martyrs who willingly faced torture and death rather than renounce their faith became central to Christian teachings. These accounts served to inspire future generations, reinforcing the idea that faith could triumph over adversity. Third, martyrdom was not just seen as a tragic end, it was celebrated as a pathway to eternal life, shaping the theological understanding of sacrifice and redemption. This emphasis on martyrdom contributed to a culture of heroism within Christianity, elevating the status of those who suffered for their beliefs. Furthermore, the legacy of hatred towards Christians influenced later relations between church and state. As Christianity transitioned from a persecuted faith to a dominant religion, the historical memory of persecution shaped the church's approach to power and governance. The early experiences of oppression instilled a wariness of state authority, leading to a complex relationship characterized by both collaboration and conflict. This legacy would continue to inform the dynamics between religious and political institutions throughout history, impacting the development of Western civilization and the ongoing dialogue about faith, power, and human rights. In this exploration of Roman hatred towards Christianity, we have uncovered the complex interplay of cultural, political, and social factors that fuel this animosity. We began by examining the historical context of ancient Rome, where a rich tapestry of religious pluralism clashed with the monotheistic beliefs of early Christians. This cultural clash not only highlighted the tensions between established Roman values and emerging Christian ideals, but also set the stage for widespread persecution. We discussed the various forms of persecution faced by Christians, from imprisonment and torture to execution, and the roles of key figures like Emperor Nero and Diocletian in intensifying these conflicts. The political implications of Christianity's growth were significant, as the faith began to challenge the traditional Roman political order, ultimately leading to a dramatic shift in power dynamics. Moreover, we reflected on the long-term effects of this legacy of hatred, including how early persecution shaped the identity of the Christian community and influenced the historical narrative of martyrdom. These experiences have left a lasting impact on the relationship between church and state, informing modern beliefs and practices. Understanding this historical context is crucial as it helps us navigate contemporary discussions about about faith, tolerance, and societal values. As we reflect on the lessons learned from these ancient conflicts, we are reminded of the importance of empathy and understanding in our own lives. If you found this video insightful, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share it with others who may be interested in exploring more historical insights. Together, let's continue to uncover the rich tapestry of our past and its relevance to our present.